Hi, I'm going to give a really quick introduction to how to use Zoom. For MSU, you can go to, let's see where the Zoom is, msu.zoom.us, and you can log in from here. I guess mine's already logged in. It will prompt you to download something to your computer. You can see I have this over here, and once you have that on your computer, you can just open this. I'll sign out and show you how it would look here. Normally it would look like this if you hadn't logged in yet. Sometimes it shows you another login screen here, but now it's logged me in. So this is your home screen when in Zoom. If you want to create a meeting, then what you do is you go to this dot here, schedule. So you would name your meeting. So let's say I'm teaching Russian 102. I'll name it that. And what I'm going to do, you can put in the date and time, but what I'm going to do is to choose recurring meeting, and then I can just use the same meeting URL for the whole rest of the semester. These are the settings that I like. I like to have the video off, and that just means that when people come in the room, their video won't automatically start. You can still have them turn it on later if you'd like. And then I click schedule, and it wants me to put it on my calendar, and I'm just going to skip that part. But now when I go to my meetings tab here, you can see I've got some regular meetings scheduled here already, but this one has appeared. So when I want to start my meeting, I click on the one that I want to start. Let's pretend that I'm going to do Russian 102. I'm going to click, well, first I'm going to click copy invitation, and I will open a Google Doc. So when I copy that invitation, then I can paste it somewhere else. It gives you a whole bunch of verbiage here, and this is so that people can join in various ways. The main thing that you really need is this URL here. This is the Zoom meeting code, and someone can take it just to a browser and put it in the browser, and then it should prompt them to do the steps that would allow them to join. If your students want to join using mobile devices, they can do that. And then what they need is the meeting ID, which is this 9-digit code. And if they're in their app, they can just input that 9-digit code and it will go to your meeting. So I'm going to go back to my Zoom now, and I'm going to start this meeting, and we're going to pretend that this is a class. So here I've started the meeting. See, it has started my video not on, but then if I turn it on, you can see it'll show me. And it has started with my microphone muted. When I want to talk to students, I'll have to unmute my microphone. I usually don't like it to be full screen, so I exit the full screen. And then here you can see at the bottom, you've got a whole bunch of different buttons that can do different things. If you click invite, it shows you some people that you can invite. It allows you to copy the whole invitation or just the URL. So that can be useful once you're in the room. If I click manage participants, it will show me who's in the room. I'm the only one in the room right now. This option is for polling if you want to do a poll. Something maybe come back to later. If I click here chat, I'll come back to this one, share. If I click chat, then it opens a chat box that can be useful for students to type in if they have questions. This button here, record, I can record my meeting, which can be useful. Here you can turn on closed captions. Apparently I've never tried that actually. And then here you can do breakout rooms, and I'll show you that in just a moment. So I'm going to take just a second and have my fake students join my meeting. So you can also see the meeting ID up here. So you see I've had one student join. That's actually my iPad. I'm pretending it's a student. So now you see I have two fake students. This one's my phone and this one's my iPad. If a student types into the chat, and I'm going to do that on my phone, see how I can see it here. If they have other languages on their phone, they can, or on their computer, whatever they're using, they can type there in the chat as well. Maybe I'll show an example. There's some Russian letters. Your students can, as I say, join using a mobile device, but I think it's a little easier using a computer, so you might want to encourage them to do it with a computer. If I want to talk to my students, I just click this unmute as long as my computer audio is joined. So notice how it says computer audio connected. Probably you'll want to have your computer audio connected. After getting started, Zoom usually remembers that you want to connect it, but if it doesn't connect it the first time, what you'll have to do is click this arrow here, and you can see that I have some audio options. Here I can leave computer audio, and if my computer audio wasn't connected, then that's where I would find how to join again. As we said here, we have also have some video options. I wanted to show a couple of other things that you might find useful. The share screen is likely to be very useful. So you have a few things you can do. You can share your computer screen, and then the people who are in the Zoom room are able to see what's on your computer. You can choose which window you want to show. There's where you can use a whiteboard here. So if I bring a whiteboard, then I can write on the board here and students can see that. I also want to show you how you can make breakout rooms. If I click here, then it will allow you to put students into small groups. I only have 2 participants, so it's suggesting that I put them into one room. But if you had more participants, you would be able to choose how many rooms and how many people per room, and then whether you want it to automatically assign who goes into the room or whether you wanted to manually assign who goes into the room. So then when I create breakout rooms, I have to click Open All Rooms, and then it asks the people to join the rooms, and it gives them a little bit. You can see who's in which room here. One has joined, one hasn't. So now you should see soon that this other person will join the other room. And then as the teacher, you are able to either broadcast a message to all, or you can actually join these different rooms. So it's sort of like if you're in class and they're doing a group work and you're wandering around and listening in on their conversations, you can sort of do that here too as well, where you can join each group. So I'm going to go in this room here. And there won't be actually anyone doing anything because it's just my iPad. But now, if they were talking, I would be able to hear them. And I want to leave the breakout room and return to the main session. And then when you're done with the groups, then you can close all the rooms, and it gives the people 1 minute to come back. So this person here has left the breakout room and come back to the main room. And then now this person is going to leave and come back to the main room. So now if I go back to my participants, I can see them here, and then I would have them all in the same room in a big group. So this is the very quick and dirty introduction to using Zoom.